To hear directly from the Jackson family. But before I introduce our next speakers, I want to highlight a special family member in attendance. Tremaine Jackson is one of the Albert Jackson descendants, and he works for Canada Post. Where are you? So glad to have you here. Thank you. It's now my honor to invite Rochelle McDowell of the Jackson family to share a few words.
Woo!
Good morning, everybody. Morning. Today is a very special day for us. It's a day to be proud and want to reflect upon. And it's heartfelt, a very emotional one. To start, I'd like to express my gratitude and deep appreciation to Canada Post, and if I may, on behalf of our entire Jackson family, for this huge honor and historic event. It means so very much to all of us. Excuse me, I'm emotional. The honor today is all about great-grandfather Albert, but I'd be remiss not to mention his very brave mother, Anne Marie Jackson, the heroine of the story of escape from slavery in Wilmington, Delaware, to a better life for herself and children in Canada. Over the last 10 years, great-grandfather has received many posthumous honors. I have often wondered how he and his mother would feel seeing the spotlight on his journey in this era. Certainly they would be amazed, because in his lifetime, his desire was to provide a decent living for his family, whatever it took to achieve that goal. Fortunately, Anne Marie lived to see her son become a postman. Excuse me. He could not have dreamed that upon finally achieving that position, despite the very great difficulties encountered along the way, that it would culminate in such honor, recognition, and celebration in the future. Finally being appointed the position of postman was something he coveted and was proud of for all of his years at Canada Post. Our entire family takes note of Canada Post's eagerness and dedication to recognizing and embracing diversity and inclusivity in the workplace, and in service to its diverse consumer base in Canada and worldwide. This positive outlook will directly impact Canada Post, moving progressively and seamlessly into the future. Canada Post approach is a model for other companies to emulate. In the last 3 years, we have lost several elders, as well as a great-grandchild. They had all hoped to be here for this event, but I believe that they are all here in spirit with us today, looking down with pride and thankfulness for the generosity of Canada Post to name their new state-of-the-art mail processing center after our beloved ancestor. Great-grandfather remained dedicated and faithful to his position as a postman at Canada Post for 36 years. He left his legacy of never giving up for what you believe in and believing in yourself in the face of hardship. It is my wish that the younger generation carries on this legacy, where his legacy shall remain for many years. Thank you.
Academy Award.
Thank you, Rochelle. I would like now to invite Clifford Jackson to share a few words.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Clifford Jackson. I am the great-grandson of Albert Calvin Jackson, grandson of Bruce Jackson, son of Donald Lawrence Jackson and Janet Wanda Dolores Jackson, who's in the audience today. I am the eldest son in a family of 6 siblings. I am husband to Barb Jackson, father to Emmanuel Jackson, grandfather to Levy and Serena. Today is a proud day for the Jackson family. We are humbled by the many accolades attributed to our great-grandfather, Albert Jackson. One needs only to access our social media to see the overwhelming recognition. To date, there has been a book written by Dr. Carolyn Frost, I've Got a Home in Gloryland, A Lost Tale of the Underground Railway. The book mentions the Jacksons and briefly outlines how we came to be in Canada. In 2012, the Toronto Star wrote an article, Toronto's First Black Postman. The article outlined my great-grandfather's story and how it affected the community and politics at the time. In 2013, Patrick Crane prompted City Council to acknowledge Albert Jackson's accomplishments, and a street in Harvard Village was approved, Albert Jackson Lane. In 2014, Canadian actor-director David Ferry directed The Postman, a porchside play to tell the tale and recreate the life and times of Albert Jackson in Canada. In 2017, Heritage Toronto celebrated the life of Albert Jackson by erecting a plaque downtown Yonge East at the intersection of Lombard Street and First Lane East. In 2019, Canada Post honored my great-grandfather by commemorating him with a postage stamp that symbolizes our nation's traditions and values. In 2022, Canada Post unveiled the Albert Jackson Processing Centre, which we're in today. A $470 million state-of-the-art facility which will serve our homeland for many years to come. Canada Post is no stranger to innovation and has always set the bar in implementing social reform and liberal ideas. Canada Post named the facility after Albert Jackson with the intentions of honoring, sharing, and preserving his legacy and to remind us of the importance of equality and respect in the workplace. I've also seen book reports and school projects written and presented on YouTube by our young Canadian students for Black History Month. This is truly amazing and something to be proud of for generations to come. We as Canadians have always set an example for other countries to follow. Canada was considered a safe haven by many in the days of slavery and Jim Crow. Today, Canada is still a country to be proud of. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau once declared this country the world's first post-national state, put simply, reference to his objective sense of oneself as a member of humanity at large, as opposed to social groups defined by nationality. So to Canada Post, I say, thank you for recognizing Albert Calvin Jackson. Thank you for making the Jacksons part of history, a part of your history, and a part of Canadian history. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Clifford. Okay, we have one more member of the Jackson family who is going to share their thoughts. Please welcome Sean Jackson Toriano.